go through this little hole in the wall. See if we can't find the actual river here. So we're in the Old Town Hoi An, Vietnam. So yeah, we come out to the back. Wow, I really like this actually. Hoi An, Old Town. As you see in most tourist destinations, it's kind of repetitive. Like you see a lot of the same goods over and over again. Every once in a while you see a different shop. But I've seen the same hat like 10 times in 10 shops already. But I guess that's what sells. I don't think he's selling anything. That's nice. But yeah, I mean, some of the hats are really pretty, don't get me wrong. It's like maybe hand painted by somebody, maybe not. But I can't deny they're pretty. So we're along the riverbank here, I believe. So let's go back, let's go through this little hole in the wall. See if we can't find the actual river here. So we're in the Old Town Hoi An, Vietnam. So yeah, we come out to the back. Wow, I really like this actually. So I am staying down by the beach, and so I'll kind of juxtapose that with what we see here. Yes, it's overcast, but actually that's kind of nice. It's not hot at all. I have a sweatshirt on. I'll probably take it off pretty soon, but I mean, it's right in that 65-degree Fahrenheit weather. It's really pleasant, and it's one of those things where you can walk around all day. So this is the river itself, which looks really nice. So what I'm gonna end up doing, look, another hat shop. What I'm gonna end up doing is finding a coffee shop that overlooks this somewhere and just relax and have a coffee. I'm not really into the shopping thing. No surprise, right? A lot of guys, but there's a lot of goods here that aren't just your usual, cheap Chinese trinkets. There's some actual stuff that looks pretty nice. I really like these alleyways though. This is really fun, right? Old shutters and just, yeah. That part I like quite a bit. Believe there's a cafe called Poison. So I think I'm going to head down, see if I can't get that. Now, what I've been looking for since we started this, even in the Philippines, I left my expensive selfie stick in a cab. That's, I have a history of this. But I thought, oh yeah, it'd be super easy just to get another one. I mean, come on, how hard can it be? Selfie stick, right? So I'd just get a cheap one. No, the ones that fit into the bottom of a camera, can't find them anywhere. It's only the GoPro style, and that's not what I want. I want something that I could just clip in, just screw into the bottom, be done with it. They used to be everywhere. Couldn't go anywhere without seeing one. But I've looked everywhere in 2 countries now, can't find it. So let's see if we have any luck here, and then I can actually move the camera out a little further for a change. So let's check this out. I'll give you a little view of what's going on. And yeah. You can be here. So leave a comment below. Is this the kind of thing that you like hanging out at? Is this your kind of shopping? Still getting over when I first went to Ho Chi Minh City, just all of that smog or bad air. Walking all that time actually really got to me. It took me about a week and a half of being out of the city just to get it all out. And now, now you understand why everybody there wears masks. Poison. This is the spot that I was looking for. Let's check out the rest of this. And then I'm gonna go, oh, it looks like a bridge. Let's check out this. Wow, there's a lot of, oh, it's a tour. Ancient house. So I guess you can see what it's like to, back when they used to spend some time making stuff. I see pearl inlays and all kinds of things. Oh yeah, these cards are cool. I bought a couple of these for people before. I really like them. Let's see if I can get around this. Just to show you the bridge, and then we'll go get some coffee. Put me in a better mood, always does. Not that I'm in a bad mood. So here's an old bridge. Now, one thing about being out of this big city, even being out of Da Nang, it's although Da Nang is not Saigon or something like that, it's still a really busy place. So this doesn't feel like that. It actually feels way calmer, even though there's a lot of people. Even in the street out there, Hoi An is, well, there's a lot of vegan restaurants, and that kind of has its own connotation, right? It's more of a laid-back hippie vibe here. A lot of, yeah, I noticed a lot of people more on the spiritual side, especially down where I'm staying and by the beach. And so if you're into that, once you get, Da Nang is nothing like that. So when you come here, there's yoga, there's all, it is a nice trade from being in that kind of honk city. So, all right, I'm gonna find some coffee here, and then I will find a place, and then we will go check it out. Hi. One people. Yeah. One people. Is there something overlook the river? Yeah. Yeah, show me.
Okay, you want to see inside or outside?
Whatever's inside, if it overlooking the river inside, yeah, would be best. Yeah, somewhere here. Okay, thank you. Hey, xin chào. Yeah, so my initial thoughts were pretty much the same now that we've had some coffee and we're walking around. Wow, you know, the beautiful traditional Vietnamese clothing, I love it. On the right person, it looks fantastic. I have some pictures of that when I was up north. But yeah, lots of kind of unique shops and restaurants that are in Old Town buildings, and then the same postcards and hats and outfits and everything over and over and over again forever. But it's a very pleasant place to be. And I would even say it's the first place I have been in Vietnam that is romantic. You know, everything just seems very rigid in a certain way, even at the beach. Saturday, sunrise. You know, but here in Hoi An, I could see, you know, it has a romantic aspect to it. And it's kind of nice. It's kind of pretty. So I would seriously suggest coming here if you are in the area. Look at this suit. Wow. No, I wouldn't, but wow. And maybe in my day, right? Anyhow, yeah, I would definitely suggest it. It's so much more peaceful here. If you've been in, you know, one of the big cities and even Da Nang, I just really feel like it's just so much more calm. And this is like packed with tourists everywhere, yet it still feels so much more serene than the other places I've been in Vietnam. You've hardly ever heard a horn, even though it happens. A couple of these bikes have gone by just honking, honking, honking. But for the most part, it's pretty chill. And that, I know it's maybe sounds a little weird to harp on that, but if you spend any time in Da Nang or Ho Chi Minh or just any of this, why do I keep blanking on the city that I stayed at up north? I'll put it up. For some reason, Hanoi. I always forget it. So if you've been to any of those places, you know how absolutely insane it can be, and like the constant noise all the time, 24/7. And so you come here and it's just, you feel like you could breathe. And then if you get out to where I'm staying, out at the beach, it is really chill. I'd say your biggest issue is the 5:30 a.m. rooster. And I'm not joking about that. It is so quiet. At 8 o'clock, it is super quiet. Then at 5:30, on the dot, right below my window is a rooster that keeps going for at least an hour. So it's yeah, there's a horn. Gotta have at least one. Wouldn't be Vietnam if somebody wasn't honking. But I still haven't found my selfie stick yet. I'm heading up to a camera place, but I'm not really thinking it's gonna happen. But you'll just have to live up close and personal with me until I can find one. But I'll turn it around. We can take a look and see what's going on. Again, there are a lot of fun things, nice things to look at. Wow, that's a beautiful restaurant. You know, the Poison place I was in was really beautiful. Nice place that you can just sit there by the water and look at tourists. Or as I like to say, watch people staring at their phones in different settings. That's pretty much what travel is today. And I'm not joking. Like when I was sitting there by the river, I would look around and pretty much everybody, look at it, beautiful. See, even she's looking at her phone. It's like, no matter where you go in the world, that is pretty much what everybody does everywhere. Is just stare at their phones. But you know what? At least, like I said, you get to do it in different settings. By the time you've seen the same shirt like 30 times, you start going, do I need it? Do I need one of those? But just because this stuff is repetitive doesn't mean it's not beautiful. They really do have, here's a little more typical here that you would see anywhere in the world, but a lot of the stuff they have is not stuff that you would just see anywhere, which is nice, even if it is repetitive. I'm on country 40 something, and yeah, tourist place is a tourist place, and so it is refreshing to see more color, more interesting things. I mean, we have the common saying of it's just cheap Chinese stuff, but you know, a lot of it's probably made in Vietnam. So there it is. Let me check my, as we're speaking of phones, let me check my phone real quick and see if I'm heading the right direction. Yeah, pretty much am. It's like I go this way and then we're right. Wow, it is amazing. Like, this just goes on for blocks and blocks and blocks. I've shown you about 1/10 of it. It's just amazing. It just keeps going. But like I said, every once in a while you're gonna find some ice cream or a beautiful restaurant or something different. I mean, check this out. What are these? Look at these ships. I think I'll go through here. Let's take a look. Yeah, it looks that way. Pardon? I mean, there's really not much reason to keep going through that because I'm just going to show you the same things with slight variations, different bridges, different this. And I have found there's just an amazing thing here when you go down the alleys and just adventure a little bit. This is when you find the real gems. This is a little coffee shop here. There's a lot of people in it. I'm guessing it's a hostel or something. Look at, it's probably old city stuff here. So if I haven't mentioned it before, that's something I would really do. Look, I wonder how old this is adventure a little bit. Don't spend all your time just sitting in the tourist areas. Take a little detour. See what else is around. If you see an alley, go up it. Check it out. That's how I found some of the most interesting things. Can you imagine? There's just little places that you probably stay in around all of these. I think probably one of the most difficult things is finding a place that's not loud. It's but then in Hoi An it's probably easier. And once you get right out of the tourist area, you're going to see it's a lot of farming, a lot of rice fields, or just fields in general. Very tranquil. And you know, I think I already showed you some, but I'll show you some more of the, you know, hippie vibes. The spiritual vibes that you can find here that I haven't seen in anywhere else that I've been in Vietnam. Now in Thailand and Philippines or different places, sure, all over the world, but I haven't really seen it here in Vietnam. So it looks like we came out back into somewhat of a tourist area. So I'm going to now find the camera store. It's not that I really expect to find anything. I just wanted a destination. So I'm gonna try that and we will talk again soon.